Hi, friends, and welcome to Peace is Here. I'm your host, Avis Kalfsbeek. We've reached the last essay in our journey through Robert Paul Wolff's Political Man and Social Man. In the following 2 episodes, we'll recap this last section of the book and then follow it with a special episode on Robert Paul Wolff himself. Each episode has paired one political thinker with a real-world peacemaker to explore the relationship between power, principle, and peace. The thinker, Fyodor Dostoevsky, 1821 to 1881. Today's thinker is the Russian novelist Fyodor Dostoevsky, whose haunting tale, The Grand Inquisitor, appears as the final selection in Wolff's book. In this parable, Christ returns to earth during the Spanish Inquisition, but instead of being welcomed, he's arrested. The Grand Inquisitor tells him, "You gave them freedom, and with freedom came suffering." Dostoevsky paints a disturbing picture of humanity's fear of freedom. People, the Inquisitor claims, would rather surrender their will to authority than endure the loneliness and moral responsibility of choice. It's a vision that challenges even the most hopeful view of human nature and asks, can we handle real freedom? Peace pairing. Nelson Mandela, 1918 to 2013. To respond to Dostoevsky's deep moral dilemma, we turn to Nelson Mandela, South African freedom fighter and president who spent 27 years in prison for resisting apartheid and emerged as a leader who chose forgiveness over vengeance. Mandela knew the seductive power of authoritarianism, and he resisted it. After decades of state brutality, he called not for retaliation, but reconciliation. He once said, "To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others." Where Dostoevsky's Inquisitor saw people fleeing freedom, Mandela believed people could grow into it through struggle, discipline, and shared humanity. Dostoevsky warned us how fragile freedom can be. Mandela showed us how it can be reclaimed, even after centuries of oppression. Where the Inquisitor feared the chaos of liberty, Mandela trusted in its potential to heal. In this final pairing, we're reminded that peace is not the absence of hardship, but the moral courage to choose freedom again and again. Your peace questions to ponder. Big picture. Do you believe people are truly capable of choosing freedom, even when it's difficult? Day-to-day life. When you feel overwhelmed by responsibility, do you lean into your own power or give it away? That concludes this episode of Peace is Here. You can learn more at aviskalfsbeek.com, where I share updates on this podcast and my books, including the newly released novella Mano Mutante, a story about food, friendship, and finding peace in the soy-soaked heart of industrial ag Iowa. I write best friend activist short fiction in my Peter the Water Dog Saves the Planet 6-book series. Coming up next, more thinkers, more peace pairings, and more bold questions from the Wolff Peace series. This episode is human narrated by me, but was created with the help of AI, which has promised to let me know if it makes something up. So far, no confessions, but if you believe I've missed something, or if you just want to say hello, I'd love to hear from you. Podcast music is Dalai Lama Riding a Bike by Javier Peque Rodriguez. Links to his music on Spotify and Bandcamp are in the show notes. If you enjoyed this podcast, it really helps me if you subscribe on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts, or send it to a friend. I'm Avis Kalfsbeek, and I write the Pedro the Water Dog Saves the Planet book series, which are a series of environmental adventure novellas. Books 1 through 6 are available at all your favorite online bookstores or at aviskalfsbeek.com. Go to aviskalfsbeek.com to be notified when new books come out. Thank you again. Until next time, listen for the peace.